Welcome back to my channel. I'm GDAX and I run a post-production agency for podcasters. This video, I'm going to actually explain all the content creation personal rules that I've set for myself so that I can create freely, flawlessly, and without big friction and without friction. So yeah, that's the first time and last time I'm going to, correct myself. So what I have here is all the things that I've written down that I'm going to follow from now on. So if you're a content creator and if you're a founder who has this YouTube channel, or if you're a podcaster and you're trying hard to create content, these rules will absolutely put you in a state where you can create endlessly without any friction. So without much further ado, let's get into it. The first rule that I've set for myself is that I will not find things to say. So what that means is I will not research and scrape for information just for the sake of talking something, just for the sake of blabbering something. I will not fill the content with fluff and look for information from that lens. So this point has stopped me for like many months because I never wanted to do the research to do the content because I'm not a journalist. I don't want to be a journalist, and I don't want to perceive or come across in the internet as some guy who aggregates all this information and presents to you. I don't want to be that guy. I want to learn things and I want to teach them. That's it. That's my role. That's where I feel the most alive and comfortable. So that's what I'm going to do moving forward. The next rule that I've set for myself is that my content journey is documentation. It is documentation. I'm not creating stuff, I'm documenting stuff. So I present my findings and interpretations and my understanding. So right now my nervous system is really going overdrive. So yeah, you see, this is a thing. When you're creating content, you will have these nerves. You would feel anxious, so you gotta just go past them. So the second rule, as I said, it's documentation, and I present my findings and interpretations. That's it. I share my understanding and learnings. That's all I want to do, nothing more. The next rule is that imitation and copying people I like is allowed. You are allowed to copy other people. Just don't do it word for word. Even if you want to do it word for word, just don't post it, but do it word for word. Understand their style, copy everything, mimic everything, so that you get a taste of what it's like to do something at the highest level possible. It doesn't apply just for content, it applies for anything. So imitation and copying is the only way you can actually learn. There's no other way. We learn to walk by looking at our parents. We learn to talk by hearing our parents talk. We learn to argue and swear and be loyal by looking at other people. So we don't have to be afraid of copying people. You are allowed to copy people. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm allowed to use their templates and thinking patterns and ideation strategies. I'm allowed to iterate upon it. I'm allowed to do that. That's the third rule. And the fourth rule that I've established for myself would be my content doesn't need to resonate with a million people. I don't even care about the views at this point. Views are a lagging indicator of personal growth and versatile skill acquisition. Views come later. I don't freaking mind. So here's the thing. I always had this idea that I have to get 1 million views, 10 million views like Mr. Beast. It might come in the future, but at the start, you cannot afford to think like that. All you have to keep in mind is that you need to resonate with at least 5 to 10 people. That's the goal. If your videos get 10 views, 50 views, 100 views, 100 views itself is a big thing. 100 people listen to your video. What more do you need? At the start, it's a win. You need to acknowledge that win. If you don't acknowledge those 100 views as a win, you would give up. So that's exactly why I have made this my personal content rule. I will not look for 1 million views. If it comes, it comes. That's fine. That's all we're all working towards, right? But I don't want to look for it. I don't want to work towards it. I don't want to look forward to getting 1 million views. I look forward to getting 100 views, 200 views, maybe 1 or 2 genuine comments that is directly a feedback, that is a direct result of my content. If someone gets real value from my content and they comment exactly what they felt, how that video helped them, that's all I care about. So yeah, even now, see, the nervousness, it just doesn't go away. If I stumble upon a few words, it comes back. So I'm just putting in the reps, and even the reason why I'm screen recording this and I'm putting a camera there and speaking like this is because although I have a script, I'm not actually sticking to the script. I'm not trying to memorize the script and then, saying exactly like I've written my script. That's why I'm reading my lines, I'm reading my thoughts that I've put here, and I'm giving my 2 cents after that. Sometimes I don't even have to give my 2 cents, because all the things that I wanted to convey in this video is here. That's all I wanted to do, and this is a quick, tip or a note that I wanted to share. You will feel nervous while creating videos, and the reason why I'm making this video without editing anything is because I wanna actually show you that it's okay to make mistakes. It's fine. The first 1,000 videos, not even 100 videos, your first 1,000 videos, it's just think of it as a sacrifice to God. You're just doing it for God, okay? Not for anyone, not for yourself. It's for God. You're giving it to God as like what do you call it? Like an offering to God. So you must not judge yourself for that. First 1,000 videos, it's you need to think of it like it's a given that you have to do 1,000 videos, and you have to suck, and you should not be afraid to make mistakes. That's why I'm putting all my mistakes. I'm not cutting anything out. So that's the reason. So without rambling on too much, I'm going to go to the next one. Yeah, here it is. The goal of content is to make it feel like I'm teaching, like I'm sharing my mind, my thoughts, my unique views, my discoveries, my little solutions, my challenges, to let people know my business, my principles, my habits, my struggles, and my novel makeshift micro solutions to infinite micro problems that I personally encounter. That's literally everything I wanted to say in that point. That is it. That's content. Nothing else is content. This is exactly what I want to do, and this speaks to me. And I know the creators that I admire, they do the exact things that I just mentioned. So if I can just stick to this principle, everything would fall in their pay, in its place. So, moving on, the next personal rule that I have for myself is the content idea is infinitely more important than knowledge. Knowledge means nothing if it's not presented in an interesting manner, in a way that gets people excited and invested, gets them to give a fuck. I should give a fuck first for that. So what this means is that right now this video might be really informal, really unedited, it's raw, right? However, the purpose of content is to get views, to reach more people, right? For that to happen, you need to present the content in a very exciting and interesting and thought-provoking way possible. If you can't package an idea properly, there's no reason why you should create, there's no reason for creating content, truly. So before you ever think of creating content, this is what the point means. You need to think about the idea of the content. What's the idea? What's the concept? Once you have that in place, everything would, make sense. So that's the personal rule. I need to focus really hard on the idea rather than, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? Everything would make sense if I nail the content idea. The direction that I want to take with the video. So that's that. The next rule is Talking is a natural compulsion for humans. It's when it becomes performative that we shrink, writhe, and shy away. Visualize a sense of psychological safety with posting online, just like I'm doing now. The reason why I'm not editing anything is because I want to achieve a psychological safety with putting all these videos without much edits. I know I make a lot of mistakes with English. I'm trying to, even now I use the filler like on all these things, right? I'm trying to minimize those things. However, I cannot do that without allowing myself to fail or stumble or make mistakes in public. So that's why I'm creating a psychological safety with uploading things without editing. So yeah, that's what I mean by this. With posting online, you need to establish a sense of psychological safety. Only then you would be able to post consistently. If not, you're gonna stop. So yeah, that's a big one. So you are to achieve that, you need to think like this. You are an eligible member of the creator economy. Eligible member. You're allowed to speak your mind. Teach things your way. Make people see this world the way you see it. Everyone would love to hear your perspectives. They're your fellow brothers and sisters. They're your people. You deserve to have a voice, and you're allowed to make mistakes. All they want is for you to break through your mental ceiling and become better. That's all people want for you. They want you to do better. They're your siblings. Just think of it. They're your people, man. I'm gonna cheer for you if you are out there trying to teach me something that I've never, understood. If you're trying to make me a better person, if you're trying to clarify something that's been so elusive for people to understand. So if you're trying to do that, people will cheer for you. People are rooting for your success. So don't think that you're some kind of, don't alienate yourself from people, from online, world. People are there to encourage you, man. Just feel that. If you felt that in your heart, you wouldn't fear posting content. You wouldn't double check. You wouldn't keep analyzing. You wouldn't look for perfection. You would just act. That's all I want you to do, and that's why I made this a personal rule. I need to achieve a psychological safety with YouTube, with posting online. So yeah. This is a big one. Next rule that I've established for myself with content is that talk in simple words. This might seem, very like an obvious thing, or it might seem like a trite thing to say. However, do not try to sound smart. It's going to get you, because it has gotten me so many times in so many ways that I've quit like 15 times with content. I didn't want to post anymore because I've set myself so high of a standard that was not even me, because I scripted the hell out of my videos that when I talked normally, it didn't match with that level of articulation. Hence, I stopped posting because I didn't want to feel or look like a stupid. It is real. It is real for me. It was real for me, and it is real for me. So that's exactly why I put this rule in this doc. Do not try to sound smart. It's a surefire way to achieve the exact opposite. Simplicity opens up the mind. It frees up your prefrontal cortex and calms your brain. The working cognitive load is reduced. This definitely allows you to reach deep into your brain's network and retrieve interesting things that have been elusive or hidden away. So what I mean by that is, when you're trying to do something that's effortful, the prefrontal cortex starts engaging and it uses up all the concentration and focus. So they call this working memory. and this is also called as cognitive load. When you're driving for the first time, your prefrontal cortex is very active and it cannot concentrate on anything. It's using all of its power to process everything that's going on and to learn that activity. That's why when someone is playing music, when you're starting to learn to drive, you wouldn't even have heard the music. You might feel repulsed by music because it might distract you from concentrating on the driving. So that's why, but let's say after 6 months, once you've learned to drive, it feels automatic because the working memory is not active, because you've mastered that activity, you've mastered that habit. It goes into the deep network of patterns or information inside your brain that you don't need active effort to maintain that activity. It becomes automatic. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's what I want you to do with speaking as well. When you're speaking, it is not the time to sound smart. It is not the time to look for the perfect word, because preparation would get you there when speaking. If you've practiced or if you've learned different words when preparing for the video, then you would naturally use those words. But don't try to force yourself to use complex language. Just keep it simple so that it frees your mind. When it frees your mind, you can go to different places deep into the network of your brain and pick up information and retrieve information that's been elusive and hidden away for like years. That's why when you hit flow is this state where you completely disconnect from the world, right? That happens when you start simple. That's a big rule that I've established for myself. So the next rule would be go beyond the pain tolerance. Even now, I made a mistake. I stumbled upon this sentence in the previous rule, and I very badly wanted to remove it, but yeah, I mean, it is uncomfortable, right? It is uncomfortable. I didn't want to post it, but I'm gonna just post it. So go beyond the pain tolerance point is there because what I'm doing now is fucking painful. I'm not sure if you can feel it, but it is painful for me. It is painful to sit down and do this. However, what I want to achieve demands me to become a person who can achieve that. So that person would not stop here, would not care about these mistakes. He just wants what he wants and he goes for it. So this personal rule is for that. Go beyond the pain tolerance. So you have a level of pain tolerance now. Your level of success would be hindered by your pain tolerance. It's only when you increase the pain tolerance to another level, like if you 100x your pain tolerance. I mean, you can move freely upward without any friction, without any kind of confusion, or what's the right word for it, without anyone trying to stop you, because most of the times you're the one who's stopping you, right? If you increase your pain tolerance, then you're allowed to face pain. You're allowed to actually go through this pain. Then when you give yourself that permission, a whole new world unlocks for you. That's why I've written this personal rule for me, for myself, for my content. Go beyond the pain tolerance. Just jump. Just start. Screw exhaustion. Gather your composure and get back in. Pain is not that bad. It's manageable. Be quick to act. There's a gap between thought and action. That's where the problem occurs. And that's where the greatness occurs as well. Train your body and mind to instantaneously respond to your commands. When I tried to set up this camera, My SD card was on my laptop, and my mic wasn't, properly set up. And I started getting this big friction, like pain. Why am I even doing this? Is anyone even gonna watch this video? That's what I'm thinking, right? All these thoughts are generated from within, and that is pain. And I'm facing that pain because I've increased my pain tolerance, because I don't want to be a loser anymore. I don't want to, be in this constant state of confusion. I want to just act. So that's why I've put this. Just jump, just start, screw exhaustion, gather your composure and get back in. Pain is not that bad, it's manageable, be quick to act. There's a gap between thought and action, that's the problem. Train your body and mind to instantaneously respond to your commands. That would actually help me. That's why I put it there. If it helps you, leave a comment. The next one. Last one for now is the mindset needed for content creation. This is the mindset portion of this video. So now I've given you all the rules that I've established for myself, right? These are the things that you need to consider as principles, like commandments that you need to follow, that you cannot, overrule, you cannot break. You have to follow them. You need to understand these rules are there to put you in a state where you can succeed. So now I'm going to explain the mindset required for content creation. Never get prideful. A good life means a shit ton of work. It's gonna suck. It's gonna be exhausting. It's time that you accept it. Take it. Swallow it. It's the cactus pill. It's gonna hurt as it goes down your throat and esophagus. It's gonna slit the soft parts and make them bleed. Once you've internalized this truth, your expectations will reset. Never. It's gonna beat the shit out of you. It's gonna pain, it's gonna suck. Stop expecting joy, comfort, or passion. A state of flow happens when you let go of expectations. Stop expecting joy, comfort, or passion. Nothing could faze you. Your family could die, your limbs could be blasted off by a terrorist or an opposing army. If you let go of this egotistical need for control and this expectation of life should be this way, bullshit, you'll suddenly be naked, fearless, and extremely dangerous. Be lethal. This might somewhat sound like Andrew Tate, David Goggins-ish speech, but I grew up, or maybe I've watched a lot of their videos and read a lot of books. What I find myself resonating with is that I like this raw masculine advice. I don't need compassion when I'm failing. I need direction. I need firmness. I need assertiveness. Those cannot be given by kind words, by being happy, by finding the passion. No, there's no way. I have to expect all these bad things. I have to accept that these are going to happen. And only then I will be liberated. I will be given permission to stay miserable, to experience everything. Happiness is just one part of this big menu of emotions. Just don't try to always eat one food. Your life's gonna suck. It's exactly the same. Don't try to always be in this happy state. That's what's keeping you fucked up. Don't do that. At least I'm not gonna do that anymore. I hope this is resonating with you. This final part of the video is extremely important and actionable. It's specifically designed for content. So I'm going to read them and it's going to click for you, and it's going to reset your worldview. It's going to reset your expectations. It's going to reset the climate of your thinking. So pay attention. This is very important. Once you hear these words, you will never be the same. These things will prepare you and armor your mind. Note, important note. It's not motivation. This is the raw truth. Take a deep breath. And be ready to swallow the cactus pill. Number 1, consistency will suck. Finding new ideas will suck. You'll feel like you're not meant for this. You'll have to fight getting distracted while looking for inspiration. Authenticity feels non-existent. You might feel like a different person. Yes, the fear that you're not able to hack it and the idea of others seeing it online where your videos are not getting any views will come for sure. You are infinitely bigger than these paranoid, powerless imaginations or public humiliations. You're bigger than them. Always remember that. Some videos you won't be proud of experimenting. It's gonna take a long time. It's not gonna happen in 2 weeks. Face it, accept it. Kids half your age, 10th of your experience, 1,000th of your brain cells will outcompete you. It's okay. They are winning in a narrow game that you're new to. No shame in it. You will win in due time. Focus on your missions. Upgrade your character to dominate this game. Everything that happens is your responsibility. Good, bad, appalling, nauseating shit, injustices, everything. Never, ever, ever blame. Never. Just take it to your heart and just tattoo it in your brain. Never blame. Just act. Just go and take the next step. That's it. Never ever blame. Everything is your responsibility. Take complete accountability. Take complete ownership. Next point. Never be angry about a thing for more than 10 minutes. Reframe, rethink, and reshape the negative experience into a meaningful behavior change. You're allowed to be frustrated, anxious, confused, and all that, but not more than 10 minutes. You cannot be angry or in these negative states for more than 10 minutes. You're allowed to be there for like 10 minutes. You can go hard, you can scream, you can yell, you can run, you can get really angry, throw some things around. All right, throw a punch. Maybe don't go hard, but maybe if you want, moderately punch a wall for some time until your hands hurt. You're allowed to do that. But after 10 minutes, once you've done all that, once the 10 minutes is over, you have to come back. You need to rethink, reshape, and reframe your situation, the negative situation, into something positive and how you can actually take that and move forward. That's it. Nothing more. Not a second more should you waste. The next one is very powerful. Make decisions fast. Make more decisions. Decision comes from the word Latin decadere. It means to cut off. Cut off that rotting arm. Cut it off. That part is causing you struggle, challenge, harm, insecurities, everything. Cut out that rotting arm. Cut out that hand. Cut out that leg. Cut out that limb. You don't need it. Like Tom Hardy says in an interview, he recalls his story when he was really going through something bad. He recalls one of the stories said by his friend, and he says, cut it off. Cut it off. Cut off that arm. You don't need that arm. You don't need that limb that's rotting. Cut it off. So make a decision. Decision means cutting off something. So make a decision and make more decisions. That's an important, rule that you need to, have in your mind, have it tattooed in your mind. The next one, sticking to a script will suck, like I'm doing now. It's not a full-blown memorizing the script and, saying it. However, sticking to a script will suck, but it gives some direction. You, however, start that way and find ways to articulate your thoughts more fluidly without a script in due time. So this is a big thing. I don't know how many people are going to watch this video. But I know for sure, for me to talk more fluidly and with freedom, independently, without this crippling fear of whether people are going to judge me or not, I need a script. The reason why I stumble, the reason why I'm not articulate, the reason why I need a script in the first place is that I don't know how to say certain things in certain way. I don't know how to articulate them in a persuasive way, in an interesting way. So I need preparation. So for preparation in the initial stages, you need to write a lot, you need to script a lot, and you need to alter your thought patterns. You need to alter the way you say things and see things. For that, writing is extremely important. Reading and writing is extremely important for that. That's why you got to start with a script. It's an important content role, and it's the last one. So pay attention. You need to script. You need to have an idea, a structure to work with. You need to lay the road so that you can drive. In order to do that, you need a script. Without a script, you cannot talk fluidly. You cannot develop the skill of speaking. So start with scripts. You are a better thinker when you write. Adding to that, you can edit your thoughts and rearrange them when writing. The importance of writing or the benefit of writing is that you can edit your thoughts. You can rearrange your sentences. And you can put it in a way that you feel is the most persuasive and influential, the most satisfying, or the most impactful way possible. Because you cannot do that while speaking. Once a sentence is said when speaking, it's gone into the ether. You're never getting it back. You can never reverse that decision, right? But when you write, you can actually edit your thoughts. That's the biggest thing. So you need to script. You have to script so that you can refine your thinking. As it says, you don't have that liberty when you're speaking. At least when you're starting out. With time, you'll become proficient enough that you won't need a script. So when you become proficient at speaking, just some talking points and notes, and you can just jot down one or two different points that you want to make, some stats, and then you can speak for hours, right? But to get to that point, this is the process. You need a script. You need to put in your reps, and once you get to that point where you can actually speak fluidly about a topic without losing your train of thought, without going off tangent, or without mumbling, looking for words, trying to come up with the things to say, you need script. You need a script, just like I'm doing right now. If you do all these things, there's no way you will fail at content. So that's it for today. I'll try to edit out some things so that it's not really slow. However, I hope this helped you. See you on the next one. If you have any questions regarding content, put them down. I'm also a video editor. So if you have any questions or just need advice on mindset or anything that you're going through, I'm not a guru, I'm not a coach. Just share it in the comments. I'll do my best to give my 2 cents about them. Other than that, you have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next one.